2:14 on a Tuesday afternoon. She's under a kitchen sink, both hands on a feeding that will flood the house if she lets go, and her phone starts ringing. That call was the biggest job of her year. She never heard it. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what her voicemail ate. The number honestly floored me, and the 5 ways to make sure yours never eats another.
First, know who she is, because this only hurts if you know who she is. 15 years on the tools. 1 van, her name on the side. She does the work, writes the quotes, orders the parts, chases the invoices, and answers the phone. All of it herself. Her customers don't call a company. They call her. And she's good, the kind of good where plumbers 2 towns over quietly send her the jobs they can't figure out. But Monday to Saturday, she's exactly where a great plumber should be. Under a floor, behind a wall, inside someone's worst morning. Which means Monday to Saturday, she is exactly where a phone cannot be answered. And on a Tuesday in March, at 14 minutes past 2, that finally cost her. She was under a customer's kitchen sink, both hands committed to a corroded fitting that would have flooded the cabinet if she let go. The phone rang in her pocket, rang out. She did what you would do. She finished the job because the customer in front of you always wins. 40 minutes later, hands washed, she checked the screen. 1 missed call, no voicemail, a number she didn't know. She shrugged and drove to the next job. Here's what she couldn't see. That number was a general contractor with a full house repipe. A 1970s build, 4 bathrooms, the kind of job a solo plumber gets a shot at maybe once a year. $12,000, and it was already gone. Because here's what happened on the other end of that ring. The contractor was standing in that house with the owner beside him, ready to book a plumber that afternoon. Her number rang 5 times and went nowhere. He didn't leave a voicemail. Almost nobody does. About 8 in 10 callers who hit a voicemail just hang up. So he went back to his list and dialed the next name. The next name picked up in 2 rings, asked 3 questions, booked the walkthrough. Total time, 6 minutes. The research on this is brutal. Respond within minutes and you're 100 times more likely to even reach a customer. Wait, and an estimated 85% never call back. The job didn't go to a better plumber. It went to a reachable one. And the $12,000 part, she only knows about it by accident. 6 weeks later, she's buying fittings and runs into that contractor at the supply house. He recognizes the name on her shirt. "Oh," he says, "I called you back in March. Big repipe. Couldn't reach you, that's it." That's the entire notification system for the biggest miss of her year. A chance meeting at a parts counter. And that's the part that should scare you. Because for every miss you find out about, there's a stack you never do. A missed call doesn't file a report. It just quietly becomes someone else's good month. So the real question, if that's the one she knows about, how many didn't she hear about? Turns out somebody counted. Invoca, a company that tracks business phone calls at scale, found that roughly 1 in 4 calls to home services businesses goes unanswered. One study of small businesses put it far higher, as high as 62%. And before anyone judges her, think about why. She's not ignoring the phone. She's holding a pipe. The roofer is on a roof. The electrician has both hands in a live panel. The better you are at the actual work, the more hours a day you physically cannot answer the thing that brings you the next work. It's the cruelest design flaw in the trades. The phone only rings during the exact hours you can't touch it, so the calls slip. And where do they go? Into the one place customers refuse to follow. Voicemail, the place where new customers go to disappear. About 8 in 10 callers who reach a voicemail hang up without leaving a word. And of everyone whose call simply goes unanswered, an estimated 85% never try again. They're not angry. They're standing in 2 inches of water, and the next plumber is 1 thumb swipe down the list. So for a new customer, your voicemail greeting isn't a safety net. It's a goodbye. She had 15 years of 5-star work, and none of it mattered at the moment of the ring. Because the ring is the only audition, and she wasn't in the room. One night that spring, she decided to find out what all of this was actually costing her. If you own a business, brace yourself. You're about to do this math with her. She pulled up her own phone log, the way a contractor on a small business forum famously did, and counted one ordinary month. 31 missed calls. She crossed out the spam and the regulars. 9 were new customers she never spoke to. 9 real chances, some worth a couple $100, some worth far more. Industry estimates put a single emergency call around $450. Call her month 3,700. Now stretch that across a year. $44,000, invisible, every year. And that's before the $12,000 repipe she actually knows about. She wasn't running a struggling business. She was running a leaking one. Now the good news, the genuinely good news. This is the most fixable problem in small business. 5 fixes, cheapest first. Each one plugs a hole you just watched open. Fix 1, the 60-second text back. If you can't answer, the caller must hear from you before they reach the next name on the list. A text does that. Most carriers and a dozen cheap apps can fire an automatic message at any missed call. On a job, back at 3. Text me what's up and I'll price it from a photo. Remember the contractor with the repipe. In that moment, he didn't need her voice. He needed a sign of life. A text inside a minute keeps you in a race you're currently forfeiting by silence. It costs almost nothing, and you can set it up tonight, but it still leaves the customer doing the work. Fix 2 closes that gap. Fix 2, let them book you without calling at all. A booking link. On your Google profile, your website, inside that text-back message on every invoice. Pick a calendar tool, protect a few slots a week for quotes, and let the customer grab one at midnight in their pajamas, because that is when homeowners actually plan. Every booking that arrives by link is a call that cannot be missed, a phone tag that never starts. For routine work, quotes, maintenance, this quietly removes a big slice of the problem before the phone ever rings. What it can't catch is the emergency. The burst pipe at 2 p.m. The caller who needs a human voice right now. For that, the phone has to be answered, which is where the last 3 fixes live. Fix 3. If voicemail is going to catch anyone, make it a hook, not a shrug. 10 seconds. Your name, one promise. You've reached the plumber. I'm under a sink. Text this number and I'll get back to you within the hour, guaranteed. Then protect 2 windows a day where you actually return everything. Midday, end of day, no exceptions. A caller who hears a specific promise leaves a message far more often than one who hears a beep. It's free and it rescues a slice of the 8 in 10 who normally vanish. But let's be honest about the ceiling. A better voicemail is a better net under a trapeze. The customer still fell. Fix 4 finally puts a voice on the line. Fix 4, the human answering service. For decades, this was the only real option. A call center picks up in your name, takes a message, promises a call back, and a live voice genuinely beats a beep. But owners who have used them know the limits. It's a script, not your business. They can answer, but they usually can't price a job, can't book it, can't tell a burst pipe from a dripping tap. Busy months get expensive because many charge by the call or the minute, and customers can tell. They wanted the plumber. They got a lobby. It works, but it's a relay. Everything still funnels back to you later when the customer may already be gone. Which brings us to the fix that didn't exist a few years ago. In 2026, it's rewriting the rules. Fix 5. Let an AI answer your phone, not a robot menu. Press 1 for plumbing. The new generation of voice receptionists talk like a person, and this is genuinely the wave of 2026. The money tells you how real it is. Funding for voice AI jumped roughly 8 times in a single year to around $2 billion. And Avoca, an AI phone answering company built specifically for home services, just raised $125 million at a $1 billion valuation. Here's what the good ones do. They pick up in a couple of rings every time, midnight included. They ask what's wrong like a sharp apprentice would. They book the job straight into your calendar, and they text you the details before you're out from under the sink. The ring gets answered. The job gets caught, and you never stopped working. And that fifth fix, having someone pick up when you can't, is exactly why we built SAFIGO. She answers your calls in 2 rings, day or night, in your customer's language, 11 and counting. She books the job straight into your calendar, Google, Jobber, Housecall Pro, whatever you already use, and she texts you the details. You keep your own number. There's no app to learn, no dashboard to babysit. And one booked job usually pays for the month. Now picture that Tuesday again, 2:14 p.m. She's under the sink, both hands on the fitting, and the phone rings. It gets answered on the second ring. The contractor asks his questions, gets his answers, books the walkthrough for Thursday morning. 40 minutes later, she slides out, wipes her hands, and reads one text. New job booked, full repipe. Thursday, 9 a.m. Same hands, same sink, same ring, completely different year.
Here's your homework and do it today. Grab a friend's phone at your busiest hour and call your own business. Listen to what a brand new customer hears. If it rings out to a beep, you now know exactly what that costs. Set up the text back tonight. Put a booking link everywhere. And if you're ready to never miss another call, you know where to find her. Tell me in the comments what your phone did. I rate everyone.